We all need to die in a war for Goldman Sachs to make more money. Or we could lose our jobs. That might make them more money. Europeans are drinking themselves to death. Apparently, America is no longer in charge of the free world. Someone should tell Americans this. Even though war would make Goldman Sachs more money, the missile tests are rattling the market, so there's a bit of a paradox going on, in which war is good business, but it is also rattling the markets. Once again, someone should tell America that they're no longer in charge of the world. Apparently, politics is now like high school lunch. North Korea and America are going to go to war any minute now, I'm sure. It's only been happening since the 70s, but any minute they're going to go to war. If you remember Hanson, you're very old now, and you should be ashamed of yourself for being in your 30s. I think that goes without saying, but here's a reminder if you did not remember that. Tiny homes are now worth millions of dollars. So if you don't have $1 million, you probably can't afford a tiny home. So try to get $1 million if possible. Otherwise, you can't have a tiny home. People are now shooting each other to become YouTube famous. So as a disclaimer, I don't want any of you to shoot each other to become YouTube famous. But it also works. If you've ever taken an acid, you'll probably die within the next week or so. Yeah, like if you've taken a Tums, you'll be dead by like 35 at latest. There's another Spider-Man movie coming out. So get ready for all of that excitement. Even though Internet of Things is the next big thing, Intel is cutting pretty much every job, all 100 of them associated with it. So don't get interested in that. All tech companies are now worth exactly $1, $2, $3, $4, $7. So why don't you buy? This train that everyone was excited about last year was a huge scam. It can't do this, whatever it is it's doing. It's never going to work. So stop being excited about this train here. Men now have a biological clock. So again, if you haven't had children by 30, your life is pretty much over. Yeah, if you haven't done anything by 30, it's pretty much over for you. So, according to this commenter, this study is not true. It's a conspiracy because men are checking out of society, and it's a feminist conspiracy to get men to have children. So, there's some food for thought. If you live in Florida, you can challenge anything taught in science class. So get your theories revved up and move to Florida, and you can be in control of the minds of millions of children. Apparently, Tidal is a huge money pit. So Kanye West and Jay-Z are not going to have much money soon. I believe Kanye West also said he was in debt, or maybe that was 50 Cent, I'm not sure. But anyways, no one's interested in Tidal apparently. To open your own phone, you're soon going to have to show a face scan of yourself.
The iPhone with a brand new design and plenty of new features. One new feature that we're expecting
So basically, if you don't want your face in a giant database, you have no choice now if you want to own an iPhone. But I'm sure everyone else's iPhones will be scanning your face and putting them in that database, even if you don't want that to happen, and your eyes. Before they scanned your fingerprint. So, yeah. Apparently, Facebook is extorting your personal data by making you sign up for their service. So basically, Facebook now owns all your data. And I'm sure they'll figure out a way to scan your face and put it in their database. Apparently, young men are working less because they're just at home playing video games. So this is probably the only explanation for why men are working less. I can't think of any other explanation. This commenter here posits that maybe the men who are working less might be victims somehow, but we all know that those men are ingrate, lazy assholes. This commenter posits that maybe that after witnessing generations of people getting laid off, men just gave up on trying to better themselves and said screw it, and why should I work so hard at the beginning to begin with and just play video games? Apparently you're not working long enough, so please work more. Yeah, and if you're not working long enough, definitely feel shame for not working enough. A Colombian airline wants their passengers to stand, so get ready to stand for 20 to 30 hours if you want to go across the world and live in Colombia, or also prepare for having absolutely no safety in turbulence. Maybe there will be foot restraints, or they'll hang you by your neck. And of course, Microsoft is laying off thousands of their staff so that they can reorganize. Maybe they'll send them to die in war so that Goldman Sachs can make more money. Thank you for listening to News for Depressed Idiots. This has been the pilot episode. I have nothing else to do, so perhaps there will be many more. Signing off from my mother's basement. Thanks for listening.